Danielle Olivera shares her thoughts on Lindsay Hubbard having minions. Danielle Olivera has shared her thoughts on Lindsay Hubbard having minions. She has revealed whether or not she thinks this is true. Lindsay got accused of this by Kenny on In the City. Danielle was then asked the heated question on Watch What Happens Live. Now she has shared her thoughts and let fans know what she truly thinks about her ex-bestie. Keep reading to find out more about this situation. Lindsay Hubbard rides hard for her friends. They do the same. Lindsay Hubbard has been on reality television for a long time now, so she knows how it goes. However, she has some friends that she is very close to. These friends are on the new show In the City. Lindsay has always been a good friend to the people she loves most. She will show up and do whatever they need. However, they do the same for her, so she has some friendships that are so tight they will defend each other even when they may not be right. Kenny accused Lindsay of having minions on In the City. However, Lindsay did not like this statement, and neither did her friends. They all stuck up for Lindsay and themselves. They have their own opinions and did not appreciate Kenny insinuating that they did not. However, Danielle has now revealed that she does think Lindsay has minions. In that scene, I was actually getting a lot more heat than what was actually shown. The girls were really coming at me. I think it was a very fair assessment at the time. Well, it is not too shocking that Danielle thinks this. She and Lindsay used to be best friends. However, their friendship is nowhere near the same. It seems as though Danielle does think that Lindsay has minions. However, she must feel this way because she was getting ganged up on. Lindsay and her friends did not feel like this was true. She just has friends who ride for her the way she does them. There is nothing wrong with this. However, Kenny did not like it and did not hesitate to call her out on it. What do you think about this situation? Are you shocked that Danielle thinks Lindsay has minions? Sound off in the comments below. We would love to know what you think about all of this. Danielle Olivera shares her thoughts on Lindsay Hubbard having minions. The friendship between Summer House stars Danielle Olivera and Lindsay Hubbard has always been one of the most talked about relationships in Bravo history. From being inseparable best friends to experiencing a heartbreaking fallout and eventually finding common ground again, their journey has kept fans invested for years. Now, Danielle is once again making headlines after sharing her thoughts about claims that Lindsay surrounds herself with loyal minions who rarely challenge her decisions. The comments have reignited conversations across the Bravo community, with fans debating whether Lindsay truly commands an inner circle that always backs her, or whether she is simply a strong personality who naturally attracts loyal friends. Danielle's perspective has added a fresh layer to the discussion, especially because she has experienced both the highs and lows of her friendship with Lindsay. Danielle speaks honestly. During a recent conversation about friendships within the Bravo universe, Danielle addressed the criticism surrounding Lindsay's relationships. Rather than fueling unnecessary drama, Danielle chose a thoughtful approach. She explained that people often misunderstand strong friendships. According to Danielle, loyalty should never automatically be confused with blind agreement. Every close friendship has moments where people defend one another publicly while handling disagreements privately. Danielle suggested that viewers only see a fraction of what actually happens behind the scenes. Cameras capture arguments, celebrations, and emotional conversations, but they cannot show every difficult discussion that friends have away from filming. Her comments immediately resonated with many viewers who believe reality television sometimes creates simplified narratives that don't fully reflect real-life relationships. Where the Minions label came from. The nickname has circulated among fans for several seasons. Critics have occasionally accused Lindsay of surrounding herself with friends who rarely question her behavior during conflicts. Whenever disagreements emerge in the house, viewers often notice that some cast members quickly support Lindsay's side. This pattern led some fans to joke that she has minions instead of independent friends. Supporters of Lindsay strongly disagree. They argue that backing a friend during stressful moments does not mean someone lacks independent opinions. Instead, it reflects trust built over years of genuine friendship. Danielle appeared to lean closer to that interpretation. a friendship that has survived plenty. Danielle knows, better than almost anyone, how complicated being Lindsay's friend can be. Their friendship experienced one of its biggest tests when disagreements over personal relationships and communication led to a painful split. The emotional distance between them became one of the defining storylines of Summer House, leaving many viewers wondering whether the friendship could ever recover. Eventually, both women expressed a willingness to move forward. Although things may never return exactly to the way they once were, their reconciliation demonstrated that long-term friendships can survive major disagreements when both people are willing to communicate honestly. Because Danielle has experienced conflict firsthand, many fans view her opinion as especially credible. Fans react online. Social media quickly exploded after Danielle's comments. Some viewers praised her maturity, saying she refused to attack Lindsay simply to satisfy online critics. Others argued that Danielle's balanced response proves she has grown significantly since earlier seasons. However, not everyone agreed. Some fans insisted that Lindsay still struggles with accepting criticism and pointed to previous conflicts with castmates as evidence. They argued that multiple disagreements over several seasons suggest a recurring pattern rather than isolated misunderstandings. Meanwhile, Lindsay's supporters defended her fiercely, saying outspoken women are often judged more harshly than others for displaying confidence and leadership. The debate once again highlighted how divided the Bravo fanbase remains. Reality TV changes everything. One reason conversations like this become so intense is because reality television compresses months of relationships into only a handful of episodes. Editors naturally focus on dramatic moments because conflict drives compelling television. That means viewers may witness heated arguments, but miss quieter conversations where cast members apologize, compromise, or resolve disagreements. Danielle acknowledged that editing can influence how friendships appear on screen. She encouraged fans to remember that every person on the show has a life beyond what airs each week. Loyalty versus blind support. Perhaps the biggest takeaway from Danielle's comments was the distinction between loyalty and blind support. Being a loyal friend doesn't necessarily mean agreeing with everything another person says. Instead, loyalty can involve defending someone publicly while privately encouraging accountability and growth. Danielle suggested that true friendships include honest conversations, even if those moments never make it onto television. Many fans appreciated that perspective because it reflects how real friendships often work outside the world of reality TV. Lindsay's strong personality. There is little debate that Lindsay has one of the strongest personalities on Summer House. She is known for speaking her mind, standing firm in disagreements, and rarely backing away from confrontation. Those qualities have made her both one of the show's biggest stars and one of its most polarizing cast members. Supporters admire her confidence. Critics believe her direct communication style can sometimes come across as overly aggressive. Danielle appeared to acknowledge Lindsay's bold personality, while stopping short of agreeing that it creates a circle of unquestioning followers. Growth on both sides. Fans who have watched Danielle over multiple seasons believe she has become more reflective in recent years. Instead of reacting emotionally, she now seems more interested in understanding different perspectives before forming conclusions. Many viewers say that personal growth is evident in the way she discusses difficult relationships today. Likewise, some fans believe Lindsay has also evolved. Although she remains outspoken, supporters argue she has shown greater emotional awareness compared with earlier seasons. Whether everyone agrees is another question entirely. Bravo fans love friendship drama. Romantic relationships often receive the biggest headlines, but Bravo viewers know that friendships can be just as compelling. Some of the franchise's most memorable moments involve former best friends rebuilding trust after painful disagreements. Danielle and Lindsay's story fits perfectly into that tradition. Their ups and downs feel relatable because many viewers have experienced similar friendship struggles in their own lives. That emotional connection helps explain why every new comment about their relationship immediately sparks conversation online. What happens next? With every new season comes fresh opportunities for both friendship and conflict. Whether Danielle and Lindsay continue strengthening their relationship remains to be seen, but Danielle's recent comments suggest she prefers understanding over unnecessary confrontation. Rather than encouraging more division, she reminded fans that real friendships are often more complicated than they appear through a television screen. That balanced message stood out in an entertainment landscape where dramatic sound bites frequently receive the most attention. Final thoughts. Danielle Olivera's response to claims that Lindsay Hubbard has minions may not completely settle the debate, but it offers a more nuanced perspective than many expected. Instead of choosing sides or reigniting old feuds, Danielle emphasized the importance of loyalty, communication, and remembering that viewers only see a small portion of what happens behind the scenes. As fans continue discussing every interaction among the Summer House cast, one thing remains certain. Friendships will always be at the heart of the series. Whether people believe Lindsay inspires fierce loyalty or attracts unquestioning supporters, Danielle's comments encourage audiences to look beyond labels and consider the complexity of real relationships. In the world of reality television, where opinions change as quickly as storylines, today's debate may eventually fade. But the conversations surrounding friendship, loyalty, and authenticity are likely to continue long after the cameras stop rolling, ensuring that Danielle and Lindsay's evolving relationship remains one of Bravo's most fascinating stories.